Since the pilot came out in October of last year, Alastor has always had a mysterious background towards him, because technically it has not actually fully come out as of yet through Vivzie or through Frosties, her right hand. Today, I tend to actually go into more speculation about Alastor in a more of a psychological angle, and this will more likely go more delve into the background of Alastor as a whole and give him a psychological diagnosis. If you guys like this content, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll now go into further detail on my speculations. In case you didn't watch, my radio has been episode 3, which was released just on the 6th of June, which of course would be technically St. Damian's Day if it was a 666. I go into depth on how Alastor may have bipolar. This could easily be backed up, of course, looking at his personality in the first episode. He tends to switch between two very different personalities. One obviously being his more dark, sadistic, murderous intentions, and of course then flicks over to his upbeat showman self. Of course, during the time of Alastor's era, mental illness was not as heavily explored, especially the cases of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, or shell shock, as that was most commonly found in, of course, war veterans of the Great War, which is known as World War I. But more likely that probably would not have occurred with Alastor since America had never actually joined World War I until 1917, which of course was a year before, well, it actually ended. We can probably guess from Alastor he more likely was in his 20s if he would have been born roughly around about his 1910s or just about in the 1900s, which would technically explain his death being, of course, in 1933, just after the Great Depression and 6 years before World War II even occurred. And of course, in the first episode, he mostly talked about his mum rather than his father. So I would probably more likely give speculation that he has pretty much a bad track record with his father. More likely, probably his father never actually paid attention to him or paid attention to his mum. This may go into speculation of some form of emotional abuse and probably domestic abuse towards the mother. More likely, the father may have been cheating on Alastor's mother, which we'll more likely probably won't see her until later on in the series, as obviously Frosties has actually said so. I would more likely say that apparently that Alastor's father cheated on her quite a few times with some rather scrupulous people. You can probably know what I'm talking about. And Alastor, probably in his late teens, going towards is more likely snapped, because obviously his father tried to actually get him onto his side of the argument, and then he basically killed his father, and of course in a blind fit of rage, and of course with feeling the adrenaline, the rush of that, Alastor then obviously became much more of a content person. Down the line became the radio host, of course being the Radio Demon, and more likely uses that as an alias to then go out on certain killings, being, of course, a Louisianan version of the Jack the Ripper. Obviously, because prostitution was still highly assaulted around during those times, especially in New Orleans. We've also speculated also his relationship with Vivzie. They are more likely cohorts in crime, accomplices. So, in the sense that the police tend to speculate against Alastor in any way, Vivzie would provide an alibi that is technically foolproof, and so would Alastor for Vivzie. But then again, also people will probably go, why does he immediately talk to Charlie and immediately talk to Vaggie in such a way? Remember, he throws Vaggie to the side, so he doesn't completely trust her. And the way that she looks is technically something that he wouldn't even trust either. And also his complete distaste towards Angel Dust. Sorry, Radio Dust fans. I'm one of you guys, but trust me, I'm not doing this out of hate. But what do you guys think? If you guys have any comments or anything, leave them down below. And of course, I will respond in kind. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.